Mina Aisatu Smai Sise, and today Sierra Network Day na the Senior Officers Mess Kintom concerning the crime statistics where the Sierra Leone police they launched today. We they go na the all now, outside the launching go take place.
And then next to him we have the head of corporate services, the corporate affairs directorate, the person of the chief superintendent of police, SP Kamara. Okay. And then from the state corporate affairs directorate, we have the head of inspectorate, the person of the SP Almami G. Sise. And of course, we also have Inspector Joseph Lenya. He is the staff officer, Fleet and West. And we have a very young and vibrant police officer. He's a Sergeant Alec Mohammed Bouman. He is the statistician of the SFB. He's here to talk about statistics. He is attached to the Public Affairs Directorate. And of course, the person who should chair this meeting is the current Director of Operations. He's also overseeing the Community Affairs Directorate and also the Directorate of Infrastructure. The last I could say is he is the strategic advisor to the Inspector General of Police. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you AIG Mustafa Solomon Campbell as chairperson of today's occasion.
Thank you very much for that brief introduction. At this point, I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you present from the 4th Estate. Ladies and gentlemen, you are most welcome to another session, press briefing section of the Sierra Leone Police. We have got one recently. It was also a very fruitful engagement with frank discussions surrounding what the police does and how each of its component, directorate with accountable officers carrying out their job to present to you issues of current interest to the public for which you are here to get a first-hand information of such things that have been going around the police sphere so that you can understand it, and wherein things are not to be made clear, we are here to make sure that we have an interactive engagement from you, asking the relevant questions pertaining to the subject matters at hand for response from the panelists on the table. And we believe that this is the best way forward for us to engage the public. And you are the ones that educate, entertain, and inform the public about what each MDAs are doing. Because as benefactors of the taxpayers' money in this country, we are responsible and we have the obligation to make them known of what we have been doing during this period of time. And today we are here. From the last to now, a lot of things have happened, and the different accountable officers present here will throw a light on them so that you get the facts and try to inform the public accordingly. And today, our engagement will take a slightly different tone. I want to make it clear that the Corporate Affairs Department of the Sierra Leone Police is also here to launch retroactively, because the crime statistics for 2019, we are now in 2020 and almost halfway in the year. So the people from the Corporate Affairs Department of the Sierra Leone Police are here to present to you about the crime trend during the period under review, 2019. So, ladies and gentlemen, I implore you all to pay attention to it and ask the relevant questions, because crime is a matter of interest for all people, even outsiders, because they want to know how is the crime trend in the country, because that is what that informs investors to come into a country to make investment. So on that note, I want to welcome you to this second press briefing sections. Now, the crime statistics for 2019, that is from 1st January to 31st December 2019 is here before me, and by extension, after officially launching it, we will make them available to media houses according to their representation here, for them to digress it and look at it, and maybe from time to time, where there is an issue of raising questions for clarifications, it could be done through the media relations to the respective accountable officers in the Corporate Affairs Department. So as I have said, this crime, which is going to be launched today, is a crime report of 2019, January 1st to December 31st. As compared with 2018, the figures I have before me indicate that there was an increased report in crime during the period I'm talking about, as compared to 2018. In 2018, in comparison, for instance, the total number of reported cases across the force was 61,753. Today, in 2019, which we are now reporting on, which is retroactive, is 75,729. So looking at the trend, the crime rate moved from 0.8% in 2018 to 0.9% in 2019. Rate, a difference, a variance of 1%, a variance of 1%. And the trend across taking 4 regions, geographical regions. I will start with the list. The least reported crime figure was from the Eastern region. Eastern region comprising of Kenema, Kono, and Kailaun district. The reports were 6.13%. That was a list for 2019 in that area. And followed by, it is From the lowest, we are progressing to the highest. The southern region, which had 10.13%, followed by the northern region on the increasing trend, ascending trend of 28.56%. And the highest recorded crime for 2019 was in the western area, that is including western rural and urban. The figure rate 65.19%. It may interest you to note that the most prevalent reported crime across the force and the nation is offenses against the Persons Act. And assaults, wounding, etc., are on the lead as usual. Followed this 2019 by domestic violence. Domestic violence is the second in increase to assault. And what may interest a lot of people also, but it is down, is armed robbery, because it's a major source of concern. One armed robbery in an area will supersede all the high numbers of assaults being reported within that region. And the total figure for 2019 was 707 figure. While in 2018, as compared to 2018, it was 319. So you can see here that there was an increase from 2018 to 2019, more than half. There's an increase of more than half. Murder is another issue, crime which is of major concern to the public. There was also an increase in 2019 of the total number of 265 across the country. As compared to 2018, it was murder cases reported was 227. And these are the measures which I'm going to dilate on. The experts who are here will look into the other categories: economic crimes, other crimes related against sexual and gender-based violence, especially sexual penetrations and others. They will give a detailed report on that, so as we have a clear understanding of what has been unfolding during the period under review. So on that note, I will take a pause and give the mic to the corporate affairs expert. SPK.
Good afternoon to you all. And we are here to launch the 2019 Statistics Report for the Southern Police as it concerns the whole country. And we have our prime physician who records all of the offenses as reported countrywide, both to the Freetown West, Freetown East, go to South, East, North, East, Northwest. All of these we have them compiled in one document we call the Grand Statistics Report for 2019. And we have our Grand Statistician who is the master of all of this. He records, analyzes, and gives us details of what happens every month. And he'll give you a brief analysis, and maybe at the end of the report, we came out with some documents that we'll give to you so that you can go and peruse and you understand better what the Grand Statistician will tell us or give us a summary of what transpired for 2019. And he is no other person than Sergeant Kuruma AM. Kuruma AM. So you give us better details of what really transpired in 2019 in terms of Grand Statistician.
Good afternoon, directors, media house, colleagues. As director have already said, I'm here this afternoon to present to you exactly 2019 annual general crime statistics of the Sierra Leone Police. Uh, 2019, I read statistics on crime and other criminal justice departments in country can help government to assess and monitor the conditions, circumstances, and trends of well-being and the social impact of public expenditure and policies. The collection of reliable and comprehensive crime and criminal justice statistics in Sierra Leone is of immense importance to everyone involved with criminal justice, especially to the criminal justice administrator. Each component of the criminal justice system inevitably creates large quantities of records, but it is only when such raw information is transformed through proposed collections and organizations into statistical form that these records provide information valuable for criminal justice decision making. Against this backdrop, the frequencies at which crime were reported in each region for the period under review are highlighted. The Sierra Leone Police annual General Crime Statistics report covers the period the 1st January to 31st December 2019. The report covers all categories of crime reported to Sierra Leone Police, such as offenses against the person, example of that, wounding and assault, women and children, example, rape and sexual penetration, property offenses, example, larceny, malicious damage, robbery with aggravation, economic offenses, example, fraudulent conversion, false pretenses, mischief and public order offenses, example, gambling and disorderly behavior, miscellaneous offenses, example, false declaration, electoral fraud, narcotic drugs, public officer excesses, road traffic crashes and motor traffic regulations offenses, example, driving without license, driver's license, dangerous driving, and other area that this research was also carried out is the SLP 112 emergency toll-free call center task force against land grabbing and index crime and non-index crime that is based at CID headquarters. This report depicts that in 2019 there were 75,729 reported cases. That's in 2019. The crime distribution across the country in percentage shows that 6.13% cases were recorded in the eastern region, 10.13% in the southern region, 28.56% reported in the northern region, that are both northeast and northwest, and 65.19% reported in the western area, both Freetown West and Freetown East, descending order, that are from the least to the highest. Regional crime rate.
The importance of analyzing the crime by region remains a key factor for police commanders to identify and map out crime hot spots in the communities they serve. As a result of that, the crime analysis was done in order to have a crime rate by region. The western area, Freetown West and Freetown East, was 2.96% as compared to 2.32% in 2018. The 2.96% was in 2019, then in the 2.32% in 2018. The northern region, northeast and northwest, 0.87%. Southern region, 0.27%, and the eastern region was 0.25%. Annual crime rate is Leone. The crime rate recording, according to the research analysis, recorded a slight increase of 0.96% in 2019 when compared to 0.80% in 2018. The fact here is that there is a fluctuation in the annual general crime rate in Sierra Leone as opposed to permanent increase, as the case may be. Some of reasons, the following reasons were outlined for the increase, and a proper recording method of crime statistics, and one reason why it was increased. The public sensitization and awareness raising campaign, and one of the reasons. Then easy access to police to report offenses. Then proper utilization of community-led policing concepts. Socioeconomic hardship on the average Leone, this may be a factor. Then the population growth rate in the country. Then there was a variance of 0.16% between 2018 and 2019. The monthly crime analysis. We do analyze, I do analyze the crime by month to know which month or in which month that offenses or report are increased or decreased. That is the essence of the monthly analysis. It is very important to know the trend of crime for each month, high or low, and at the same time, taking into consideration the type, time, and place of occurrence. The month of May had the highest number of cases reported according to. It was 7,209 cases. It was followed closely by June with 6,688 and April 6,642. The least number of cases were reported in the month of November, 5,728. September, 5,834. And August, 5,993. Crime index, crime per 100,000 people. Western area, Freetown East and Freetown West, had the highest crime index of 2,961 per 100,000 persons. It was followed by Northern region, Northeast and Northwest, 875 cases. Southern region, 418 cases. And Eastern region, 260 cases. It indicates that only 3 of the 4 regions, i.e., North, South, and East, recorded crime indices of less than 1,000 cases. Furthermore, crime index and non-crime index situated at Criminal Investigation Department at Slater Street, Panemba Road, Freetown, known as Criminal Data Profiling of the Sierra Leone Police. At each pilot project initiative, registered a total cases of 1,545 cases in 2019. The 112 toll-free emergency call center located at Police Communications Headquarters. Kingston recorded a total of 298 distress calls from the public on various types of crime. A special task force on land grabbing in the Sierra Leone Police recorded a total of 443 cases in 2019. Land grabbing. The complaints, discipline, and internal investigation of the Sierra Leone Police recorded a total of 1,381 cases, both from the general public and police-to-police complaints. General crime situation in Sierra Leone. The crime analysis was basically based on 186 different types of offenses, which include murder, larceny, affray, driving without driver's license, assault, wounding with intent, etc. Out of the 75,729 recorded cases in 2019, the offenses against the person were the highest category with 23,691 cases, followed by offenses against property, 18,861 offenses, offenses against women and children, with 12,314 cases, road traffic offenses and crashes, RTA and MTR, with 8,143 cases, economic offenses with 8,145 cases, the mischief and public order offenses with 2,916 cases, and miscellaneous offenses 1,659 cases. In 2019, the Family Support Unit recorded 12,314 cases as compared to 12,052 cases in 2018. Out of the 2019 reported cases, there were 8,917 domestic violence cases, sexual penetration with 3,253 cases, and rape was 145 cases in 2019. In comparison, the figures for 2018 shows the following: domestic violence, 9,121 cases, sexual penetration, 2,726, and rape with 205 cases. That was in 2018. In the area of traffic management, and the analysis shows a total of 8,143 cases countrywide, when compared to 8,002 in 2018. The Road Traffic Act, fatal, serious, and slight reported cases, respectively. Under this category, fatal injured person, 418 cases, 318 males, and 100 females. Seriously injured, 893 cases, 576 male and 317 female. Slightly injured, recorded 2,095 cases, 1,309 male and 786 female. In comparison, there is a decrease from 456 fatalities in 2018 to 418 cases in 2019. Seriously injured increased from 891 in 2018 to 893 in 2019. And slightly injured increased from 1,622 in 2018 to 2,095 in 2019. The Directorate of Traffic Management and Road Safety robustly worked with the stakeholders like the Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority in the fight against lawlessness of drivers and motorbike riders in Sierra Leone. I think that was a good result that they produced fighting against lawlessness. The Transnational Organized Crime Unit, TOCU, investigated a total of 118 drug-related cases in 2019 as compared to 64 cases in 2018. The National Crime Bureau, the NCD, and Interpol, Freetown, Sierra Leone in 2019 investigated a total of 10 cases when compared to 17 cases in 2018. Human trafficking, a total figure of 80 cases were recorded as compared to 28 cases in 2018 by Transnational Organized Crime Unit, TOCU. Generally, there were 75,729 reported cases to Sierra Leone. Out of the figure, the Legal and Justice Support Department of the Sierra Leone Police processed 3,296 cases and sent them to magistrate courts for further prosecutions. In conclusion, only 4.33% of all reported cases were dealt with by the Legal and Justice Department of the Sierra Leone Police. There is a need to put more effort to speedily prosecute all matters under their purview to enhance the image of the organization. I thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much, Sergeant Kurua, for giving us a detailed analysis about the crime trend in 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are listening, we are following the vivid explanations given by the statistician of the different categories of crime. And at this juncture, we want to take the opportunity for you for now to hold on to any clarifications or further questioning on it, and wait to save time until the other presenters, accountable officers, gave their update. So while waiting for that to take off, we want at this point to officially launch the crime statistics report for 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, copies will be made available to you. I thank you. Thank you very much for your attention.
I am Detective Superintendent of Police by the name of Mohammed Kuba Aliu, serving as the Operation Officer CID Quarters Freetown. I'm here to give update to start with the organogram of crime services, simply because I'm here representing my boss, AIG, Mr. Brahma Jag, is the Director of Crime Services. He's unavoidably absent. He nominated me to come and represent him at this forum. The organogram for the Directorate of Crime Services is as thus. The Director of Crime Services is the overall boss, supervising different units that deals with crime nationwide, that is Sierra Leone. I start with the CID headquarters. Under CID headquarters, we have syndicates, for which it has now been transformed, called as units. Every of those units is being headed by commanders. Before this time, they called them OCs, but now we call them line managers. At CID headquarters, we have economic financial fraud units. Before this time, it was called economic crime syndicates. Second to that, we have anti-fraud units. Anti-fraud unit is designed to curb specifically offenders engaged in 419 issues. Fraudsters, high-profile fraudsters. The third one is breaking and larceny unit. It is also headed by a line manager. The fourth one is MIU. Before this time, we call it Major Incidents. Now it has been transformed into a name called Major Incident Unit. Someone has just intimated me, sir, go to the update, but I want to tell the organogram of crime services. We have anti-land grabbing and environmental unit. We have homicidal unit. We have a unit that deals with ESA, those that abstract electricity. They work in conjunction with National Electricity Department. Those are the units under CID headquarters. We have Interpol, International Police. If we have issues that has international flavor, we work alongside with them. We have TOCU, Transnational Organized Crime Unit. They have legal and support justice department, commonly called prosecution. Now, CID has opened an organogram. CID unit is at every SFP divisional headquarters. At the region, we have a personality called RCO at regional headquarters. We have Freetown West, that is the regional crime officer. Freetown East, we have the regional crime officer. We have RCO in the southern region. We have RCO in the northeast, that is McKinney. We have RCO in the northwest, that is Buloko. We have RCO in the eastern province of Sierra Leone, that is Kennyman, Station Kennyman. That is to say we have 6 RCOs nationwide. Coming to the update of CID, I believe it has been read by the first speaker. If he could listen keenly, he read it, talking about his offenses. They got that information from we, the CID, because we are mandated to give statistical analysis of cases being investigated by every facet of CID nationwide. So the corporate service department and police headquarters do get those information from we, the CID. It has been read. I don't want to waste your time. Now, the current trend of our investigation at CID, currently we have 2 major cases in court. One is treason, for which I am the leading prosecutor, which normally called PW1, where the former defense minister, retired Major Alfred Paulo Conte, is standing trial at the Freetown High Court before Honorable Justice Alahaji Momoja Stevens. The trial will soon come to a conclusion, according to my observation and information from the court. Alfred Paulo Conte is not standing trial alone, he is standing trial with 2 other accused persons. I believe their names have been promulgated on print media. The other high-profile investigation, which is ongoing at Freetown Court Number 1, Pandemba Road, Freetown, before Magistrate Hannah Boni, is Dr. Sylvia O. Blyden, formerly Sylvia Oblady, she too is standing trial, PI trial at the Freetown Magistrate Court. Apart from that, we don't have any high-profile matter as of now, though there are certain offenses still under investigation. Thank you for listening.
As una don listen to the statistics crime officer na the Sierra Leone police, where it talk about the crime na the country, as today the Sierra Leone police can launch the crime statistics for the country. Me na Aitatu Smile Sise. Until we meet again, I say tata.